Hi everyone. So I want to take this opportunity to talk about this very specific way of speaking within spitefulness, where it's essentially trying to trying to pass secret messages when you speak, when you write, trying to say something very secret to someone else, but to not really say it, but secretly say it, so that no one can blame you for it. Because on the outside, what you said was nice and really friendly, but you're secretly trying to say something else. So this has to do with those moments where people hint at things, they suggest things, they try to say something hidden, right? There's some people call this as passive aggressiveness, other people call it sarcasm, and these do involve those ways of speaking as well. And as well, I see this really clearly in moments when you speak to someone else and you're simultaneously thinking something about them, or thinking like what you would really want to say, right? Like when you talk to someone, you're being very friendly what you're saying, but you're thinking something really nasty about them. And it's just like those kind of moments, and then it's almost like trying to speak and share that secretly. You're almost like, in a way, trying to tap into their subconscious mind, like your subconscious mind is trying to talk to their subconscious mind or something like that, where you're trying to pass on the secret message. So you think that they're horrible or they're despicable, and then you talk really friendly on the outside. So it's these kind of hidden secret speaking, almost like a secret language, trying to talk bad about someone else. And it's also in the same way, just like gossip, except it's more like you're trying to gossip to the person in front of their face, almost like trying to talk to them behind their back, but showing it to their face, kind of thing. So this is like a dimension of spitefulness. Yeah. So I wanted to expose this because it is something really specific that human beings do, and it's in specific situations, specific people, especially in situations where people believe or are expected to be friendly and be nice. And so when they have a negative thought or negative reaction, like anger or annoyance or resistance, they immediately suppress it. And so within that suppression, they just keep it within their mind only. A good example of this would be the workplace, or in general societal situations with talking to people, meeting with people, where you have reactions or backshots about people, but in the situations you don't express them. Obviously, in other situations, if you would express them, um, maybe you're the head of the company, or you're the top person, whatever, and no one can touch you. So, of course, you're gonna express how you feel to your employees right away. So that's one example where you just talk directly what you see, but within the directness is actually within spitefulness. Already, the starting point. And what is interesting for me is what I notice is this dimension is missing within our speech, which is being direct. Speaking who we are in the moment directly to another person. Not having secret agendas, not being secretive, not hiding anything. This is who I am. And obviously, if you share that and you are embarrassed about what you've said, who you are, if you regret that or you see that it causes a consequence, then at least you can be honest with yourself. Be like, okay, look, this created a consequence. I need to change. And what's interesting about the secret dimension within speaking something secretly about someone else, gossiping, even to their face, trying to communicate, hint something, or try to add an insult hiddenly within there when you speak to them, that you never really face your consequence unless the person somehow realizes it. But at the same time, how can another human being accept that, to interpret another person as being nasty or spiteful when they're not being direct about it? The best thing is just let it be and just work directly with another person what they're saying. Because imagine if you're a human being and you're trying to decipher people's secret hidden messages and what they're saying, and that's just going to drive you crazy. That's just not practical, and you're going to be misinterpreting and assuming because it is in a way non-existent. It's something that you don't have access to. Only the person who's speaking really has access to their thoughts. So in those situations, really, it's not possible. It's impractical to even try to work in that way. The best is to work with what a person is saying directly. And I see that because something I noticed too is that when you start working on a physical level with communicating with people, is that when they speak to you, you start having access to what they're really saying sometimes, because it's like certain like physical things that they're doing, like physical sound in their voice, how they're sounding. You can start hearing like their emotional experience, whether they're reacting or not, or you can see like twitches in their face. I don't know, like, and then it's really you're just accessing your personal history and what you've lived and what you've already faced and done self-forgiveness on, and you already have then the access to see, okay, what is happening with the other person, using yourself as a reference, as a library reference, encyclopedia. And then you can assist and support them within what they're facing. But that's like a whole, like another level once you already walk through your process somewhat. So then you can actually start doing that, because it really requires at a physical level you be working with a person. And that requires, of course, you working out with yourself on a physical level. And so the best to start with what is here right now, which, if for example you have spiteful thoughts, where you try to like secretly talk about someone to their face, like trying to send secret messages, passive aggressiveness, sarcasm, that's something that needs to be faced and walked, because that's just one dimension, the very surface layer. And hidden behind that is your actual reaction, something you have to work through, something that was just suppressed so far. Only once can you really work through that can you actually be free. Can you actually understand what it means to be a person, to be real, to be direct, to be awesome. Otherwise, you're just always in that dimension where you're just stuck and trapped, like in a demon dimension, inside yourself, in your own head, where it's just dark, where it's just destructive, and it's never real. And you only have experiences of power, of strength, that is of illusion, of energy, where it's only you on top, you talking everyone down, barking everyone down inside your head. And yes, sometimes in your life you may get to a point where you can do that to a person, get away with it. Like if you're a parent, you can bark at your children and be, because you don't have to express anything, because you can abuse them completely, because according to society, everyone, that they are your property, and then you can do whatever you want with them, as long as you don't pass a certain line, or at least no one finds out. So I mean, yeah, but that's not real living. That's still your own suppression. That causes more consequence than someone else, and that's just not real. There's much consequence involved in here, much interconnection between human beings. And this is simply a result of suppression, of waiting too long, of not dealing with what's going on within you. At least to this point of this kind of speaking, of insulting, of passive aggressiveness, of talking shit about someone to their face, but secretly being friendly, smiling about it. This is a result of many years of suppression, right? A long time, where it's just been who you are, and you still allowed it on a thought level, and then it became who you are in the action level. And it is always like a point of suffering within the body. If you become aware of your body in those moments, and you feel your body, it's suffering. You're feeling suffering in your body. It's a pain. It's a torture. And that's the reality, because those words are destructive, and who you are is destructive. So equally destroy someone else, it would destroy yourself. And that's the consequence. And that, of course, leads to illness and disease like cancer, etc. So, yeah. And what's amazing is if you take that on, if you own responsibility for who you are, what's inside of you, and you change that, you'll be so empowered in your life. You'll stop blaming people. You start doing things with your life, with people around you, and how you speak, how you treat them, how you live. Things will start opening up within yourself, its own reality. And it's really such a gift to yourself to really stop the spitefulness, the anger, the resistance, annoyance, emotions involved in this, and give yourself the possibility to create yourself as who you are. Okay, I'll end it here for now. So thank you very much. Follow me for the next one.